B'ezrat Hashem Mincha is going to be at 4:15. Please be on time. The power of tefillah, although the Gemara does say tefillah is avodah shebalev, is something that has to do with the heart and concentration, but there's an important potency that must not be ignored, and probably even more primary is the words. The words have an immense power of the tefillah, which is why the poskim write that a person has to be very specific when he prays. He can't just say, well, God knows what I'm thinking about. God knows what I mean. No, you have to say it clearly. And there are cases where even the non-Jews understood the power of tefillah has to do with the connection to the words. For example, in the Torah it mentions that the Amalekim came to attack Am Yisrael. She says they weren't. The Canaanim came to attack Am Yisrael. And she explains they weren't Canaanim. They weren't from the nation of Canaan. They were Amalekim. But they dressed themselves as Canaanim. And the reason they did that is because they knew the Jews would pray that HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give their enemy to their hands. But the Jews are going to pray that the Canaanim are given to their hands, and we are not Canaanim, we're Amalekim. So they actually tried to confuse the Jews in that sense to pray, and then that prayer would not have the power and the potency to affect Amalek. So even Amalek understood that by disguising themselves, that misdirect the Jews, and their tefillah would not be as effective and as easily accepted. That's just one proof. There's a Gemara in Masechet Baba Metzia that says if a person tells his sharecropper to plant wheat, and he goes and he plants barley, and then this crazy tsunami comes and washes away all the barley, he says, well, that's not something that I could have stopped. Regardless, do I owe him anything? And the Gemara says, well, the owner could say to him, but I told you to plant wheat, and on Rosh Hashanah I prayed that my wheat should grow, and you planted barley. And that's the reason that it was affected. But if you would have planted wheat, it could be I would have been able to stop the whole tsunami from happening. And the Gemara actually says we accept his point. Because the Pasuk says, Vatigzar omer vayakem lach, that indeed, he would have prayed for, if you would have planted the wheat, that's what he prayed for, and it would have been answered. So it shows the power of the tefillah is contained within the words. When the words are specific, when the words are direct, and it hits the mark, then the tefillah is able to be powerfully answered indeed. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen ve'amen.